and 5 Americans have traveled to Las Vegas to find out one thing. Can they go from total novice to expert poker player in just 10 days?
Damn it!
At stake, has seated a big money game up against seasoned professionals.
Good luck, everybody.
To win it, they must learn not only how to play the game, but how to play each other.
I've got my little strategies. I'm trying to act a little dumb about, the gambling and stuff like that. I think everybody is, to tell you the truth.
Coaching the novices in tactics and card play is poker expert Lou Krieger.
Poker doesn't separate the men from the boys. It separates the losers from their money.
And analyzing the action and handing out advice is success strategist Dr. Sally St. John.
If they're going to win, they're going to need to lie, cheat, deceive, confuse their opponent. And that's before we even begin the poker.
Each day, a task tests how well the players are learning their lessons. And every night, the Virgins play a winner-takes-all game of Texas Hold'em. The prize? Eliminating a competitor. Alternate evenings see first an American and then a Brit go home, until the final head-to-head reveals which player is worthy of a place in the big money game. Last time on Vegas Virgins, David and Brandon were confronted about colluding at the table.
We have no deals or plans to throw away good hands if the other person is in.
And Ellis won the poker game and sent Joe packing.
Joe, I want you to go.
Coming up, our Vegas Virgins are read the riot act.
If you win under those circumstances, you may be disqualified.
It's mind over matter and a task for the strong of stomach, and the winner of tonight's poker game will be sending one of these 3 Brits home.
There's collusion right at the table. Look, you missed it. You missed it right there on the table.
I don't know why David would have folded 2 jacks if there's a collusion in place between David and Brandon. It's absolutely wrong. It has no place in poker.
Day 6, and following the revelations in last night's poker game, the masterclass has been cancelled.
We don't have anything worked out to where we're going to start signaling for chip placement or that I have a good hand, don't come in. We have nothing like that going on because I don't think we need to do that.
And there's no point me going head-to-head with Brandon because all we're doing is just moving the chips from his pile over to mine. So we just folded it and let him sort of collect the blinds.
After observing David and Brandon collaborating, Lou lets the group know where he stands on bending the rules.
You guys have all progressed well for new poker players. And you're ready to play real poker, and as a result of that, our expectations for you have become elevated, because in a few days, one of you is going to play in a real tournament. And tonight's game, as a consequence, will be different, and we'll expect you to play real poker according to poker's real rules. And one of the things that means is that we obey poker's primary cardinal rule. The prime directive of poker is 1 player per hand. And that means no signals, no collusion, and no partnerships at the poker table. And if in the tournament director's judgment there's any type of signaling or soft playing against somebody who you might have an alliance with for the bigger, broader game, we'll let the thing continue. But if you win under those circumstances, you may be disqualified, and your position in terms of getting to choose who gets evicted will fall to the next player in line. Today's task that you're going to face relates to the fact that sometimes in poker, the person you really have to work to defeat is you. And you have to know what your limits are what you think you can try for, and if you do, you have to make an effort to succeed. There used to be an old comic strip in the States called Pogo, about a philosophical possum that lived in the Okefenokee Swamp in Georgia. And Pogo's famous line that became associated with that strip is, "We have met the enemy and he is us." And in your task today, the person you'll have to overcome is yourself, because you'll be asked to do something and you'll have to decide how much of it you want to do, and you'll have to try to do it. That's all I have to say about the task now. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you at the game tonight.
Now that David and Brandon's partnership has been exposed, they're going to realize what a big target it's become. You know, at first it used to be a pillar of strength, and now it could be their undoing. Tonight's elimination might be the one where we see these cozy alliances smashed wide open. At this point, everyone who's made it this far is a winner. And winners don't care about alliances. It's about winning.
Coming up, the players try to conquer their inner demons, but will they have the stomach for it? All eyes are on David and Brandon in the poker match, and one Brit gets eliminated. Vegas Virgins, 10 poker novices living on the strip and vying for the chance to win a place in a big money game. It's day 6, and we're down to the last 5. A roadside diner featuring a specially prepared menu is the location for today's task. Each player will be offered 5 different dishes in a row. They can decide to eat the dish or pass on to the next one. Once they've decided to take a dish on, they must finish every morsel or be disqualified. Each dish is worth 500 chips. Any contestant who completes all 5 receives an extra 1,500 chips on top.
Today's task will see the remaining players face up to how much they want to win, but it'll also reveal which of them feel they can't lose. The virgins will have to chew over a dilemma. If they think their fellow players will take on a dish, the onus is on them to try it as well. However, if they fail, they're out. So once again, they need to think honestly and carefully about their own strengths and those of their opponent. It's all a question of how hungry they are.
First up on the Vegas Virgins menu is fruit shocktail, fresh fruit, marinated and rotting fish guts.
Here you go, sir, your fruit shocktail. I'll be right back when you finish it all. Enjoy your meal.
Just got to eat the whole thing, have I? Best to close your eyes and put it down.
All the players choose to attempt this appetizer.
Oh, it's really hot.
10 minutes before I was bussed over to the restaurant, I had a chicken sandwich, some chicken fingers, a Coke, and a shake. So I'm feeling good. I didn't think we were going to do anything like this. So I get back in the van and I go, God, I hope we don't have to eat anything today because I'm full now. And my luck is we're eating stuff today. So I walk up and I see the Vegas Virgin special menu sign and I just go, no, please don't be bad.
The task was tough in a way I wasn't really expecting. I thought the problem would be mind over matter, you're going to gross out and you've just got to do it. That wasn't the issue. It was just so filling.
Pinch my nose so you can't get in the air, so it stops a lot of the taste. But you've still got your stomach sort of just saying, no, you shouldn't be eating this.
As soon as you said we had to eat something, I thought, well, yeah, obviously it's going to be something pretty bad. But, well, I eat most things, to tell you the truth. I'm not a fussy eater, but 4,000 chips. 4,000 chips. I'll eat anything.
Next up on the menu, duck a la grunge. Whole duck embryo on a bed of rancid octopi. Brandon, Ellis and Anna accept this dish. David and Maria pass.
I was expecting some duck. I could eat duck.
Oh, this is horrible.
Why do you want to eat duck embryos? Why? I'm not actually hungry.
As it's a Brit elimination tonight, I think Brandon might not try too hard to chow down the dishes, but there's a certain arrogance in assuming that you can win the game with fewer chips. Well, that kind of attitude often comes before a fall.
Oh, I just feel sick already.
I was expecting like duck meat covered with something else or something like that. And when it came out and I saw the little octopuses, I said, that's no problem. I can eat those. But that duck egg, just the texture of it, I guess, the shape of it, the color of it, you could see some veins around in there. I wasn't sure. I could have broken it open, I guess, but I was assuming that it was like almost a developed duck in there, and I just can't do that. I know this is going to come back up, so I'm not going to eat this. Is that okay?
Ugh. I'm just going to get full, and then I won't be able to eat the rest of it. No, I can't eat that. I'm going to throw up.
Now, this part of the test, it's getting like, I'm getting full, literally full. And eating eggs is difficult at the best of times.
No thanks. I have a short gag reflex, you know. I just can't handle some things. I'll try anything once, especially if it was American vote off, you know, I'll eat anything. But I just wasn't ready to throw up in that bucket in front of people and my lunch come out with it. So I was a little nervous about it.
I'm not sure about Anna. Up to this point, she's been content to just have a good time and follow the crowd around a little bit. But as this group drops off, we're going to see that impulse to succeed get stronger and stronger.
Anna eventually manages to finish off what she gagged up and stays in the task. Our Vegas virgins have chewed and swallowed themselves towards tonight's crucial poker game. Ellis and Anna lead, having overcome the disgust and eaten both dishes. David and Maria managed the fruit shocktail, but passed on the duck embryo, which Brandon attempted but couldn't finish, meaning he bows out of the task. The third dish is breakfast vomlet. Confit of pig's blood with a rat's tail and bile coulis. David and Ellis have chosen this dish, while Maria and Anna have passed.
I expect Ellis to go all out on this one. He's ultra competitive and actually under the threat of elimination, and he feels it. So I think we're going to see him eat everything here and probably come back for more. David isn't as gung-ho as Ellis, and he may feel comfortable enough in his poker ability to pass on a few dishes. Then again, now that his alliance with Brandon's out in the open, he too may be starting to feel a little vulnerable.
It's salty. Don't like salty things.
Some of that stuff was just so chewy and gristly. I mean, I am so stuffed. You just wouldn't believe how stuffed I am. Everything you were eating there, you just don't want to smell it. Just eat it. Because once you smell it, you won't eat it.
Ellis has polished off yet another repulsive dish with aplomb. David has also managed to master his disgust, knowing any extra chips can make a big difference on British elimination night. The fourth course for our Vegas virgins is pork brain pie, tender pork brains with a tomato crust. Anna passes up the opportunity, while David, Maria and Alice accept the challenge. But will they be able to pig out rather than gross out?
Pork brain pie. As it reads on the label, pork brains.
She's gritty, yeah. She's chewy.
Well, Maria is immune from elimination tonight, but I don't think we'll see any less effort from her. And not only is she a born competitor, she really wants to win a game.
Oh, forget it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. I'm gonna throw up. I can't do it. There's no way.
Maria's stomach isn't as strong as her desire to win, and the pork brains prove too much. She walks into tonight's poker game with 1,000 chips and the comfort of being safe from elimination.
I was scared to do that. I knew that was going to be my biggest challenge if I did have to eat stuff. And I just let myself down, basically. But there was really not much I could do. I knew I wouldn't be able to chew that.
Ellis nonchalantly continues to stuff the pig brain into his mouth. David, on the other hand, has more trouble persuading himself to swallow it down. He's learning the hard way that before you can beat anyone else, you must overcome the enemy within.
No, I'm not going to get my way through that. I'm going to vomit.
Two Brits and one dish remain. The Vegas Virgins menu was too much for 3 of the contestants. But they have all pushed themselves, and each of them brings extra chips into tonight's big game.
You know, I have 1,000 chips, and I think that's good enough for me, unless the blinds go up ridiculously today, but it should be okay.
That was probably the biggest thing for me, the challenge was, because I knew I couldn't do it. Like, I knew watching, if I ever saw people do that on other shows or something, I knew that would be the hardest thing for me to do. And obviously it was.
Just so gristly. I just knew within sort of 5-10 seconds that I wouldn't get through it in sort of 3 minutes, and I think Ellis is probably far more desperate than I am.
Anna has a chance to put herself ahead of David, should she manage every morsel of this last plate on the special menu. If he also completes this final dish, Ellis will score the maximum 4,000 chips and enjoy a huge advantage in tonight's Battle of Britain poker game. The 5th and final dish on the Vegas Virgins menu is spaghetti bolognese, sheep's testicle on a bed of chicken intestine and fish eyes.
Chicken intestines, and that's the spaghetti. With fish eye sheeps. Oh no, why did I have to go for this one?
Something smells bad. Let's start with the spaghetti.
Everything else is repeating on me right now. Oh, this is so horrible.
Chewy again? Why do you so much chewy stuff?
I can't do that. I don't want to do that.
This unique take on the Italian classic isn't to Anna's taste, and she leaves the diner with 1,500 chips.
I'm pissed off like you wouldn't believe.
Inside the diner, and Ellis is the last man sitting.
Here it goes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh. Could I have the sheep's testicles warm next time, please?
Faced with a gruesome menu of unsavory treats, our Vegas virgins have searched for their own limits and found them. Both Americans ended up finishing one dish and take 1,000 chips into tonight's poker game. The Brits had much more to lose in today's task. With only 5 players left, earning valuable chips could mean the difference between survival and elimination. In David's own words, Ellis wanted it more, and despite battling hard, he only managed to complete 2 dishes, and so enters Brit elimination night with 1,500 chips. Anna showed real dedication to the cause, forcing regurgitated food off her plate and back into her mouth. She lost her appetite after that and scored 1,500 chips for the 2 dishes she finished. The only player to even attempt all 5 dishes was Alice, the property developer from London. Despite being unfazed by the repulsive offerings, his determination and gung-ho attitude would have impressed his rival players. With a massive 4,000 chips, he's in a commanding position for this evening's poker game. But can he convert this advantage into victory? And if so, which of his fellow Brits will he send back home? Our Vegas virgins have taken a physical and emotional battering over the last 5 days. They've been trying not only to get to grips with the game of poker, but also the brutal reality of eliminations. The field is now down to 5, having lost Chris, Louise, Taji, Donna, and last night, Joseph. The remaining players are more determined than ever to stay in the game.
I just want to be in and have fun and see a bit more of Vegas with people rather than on my own.
I don't feel that if it came to the final round, that if I sat at that table, I don't think they'd have any kind of advantage over me.
It'd really be between Ellis and I.
The whole game has been going so much in my favour.
I'll let those guys duke it out for a little bit. I'm just going to stand back and watch.
While the poker gods have been smiling on Ellis, his fellow virgins have not, as his newfound confidence also seems to have loosened his tongue.
I think Ellis had an extremely big head at the table last night. You know, he played the game well. He got very lucky with cards and hands, and you know, he deserved to win. He did incredible, but at the same time, he did kind of disrespect the girls, especially me, by calling me eye candy at the table, and that's why he's keeping me around. I didn't really take it too personal because that's not what I plan on doing. You know, I'm not going to let comments like that ruin my game. If anything, it's going to give me the incentive to go out and prove otherwise.
Yeah, she's got a lot of balls, but, you know, it's no fun unless you beat somebody you really think is your, you know, equal.
I don't think the boys are interested in me and Maria being at the final. I don't think they have an issue with it because they are the stronger players. They've made so many different allegiances and you know, helped each other and saved each other's backs so many times, calculated or uncalculated. That, you know, that's just too strong to even tackle right now.
I don't find Anna a threat at all. Not because she's a girl, just because the way she plays.
But Ellis isn't making any friends with the boys either, as David is openly shocked by his crude dismissal of Maria. As always, though, he can see an advantage for himself.
I think Ellis is the only person who's really on this sort of all-boy final thing. I don't really know why that is. I think he's made himself a big target for the 2 girls that are sitting there. I know Anna would have wanted to vote Ellis off all the way along. I think Maria, now she had a good night tonight, I think she'll be going for him for his sort of silly comments he made yesterday about disregarding the girls out of hand yesterday.
However, Ellis still thinks he can play the angles.
I don't want to look too good a player. I want Dave to be looking the good best player, so they'll vote him.
Ellis, I believe, thinks he's a better player than he is. As a poker player, Ellis has a great disadvantage because he is who he is. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. He signals and he shows everything. He cries at the drop of a hat. That's Ellis.
I think he's got a weakness in that he becomes very cocky when he's winning and when he's in a safe position, and he can make mistakes like that.
Whilst he's become more conspicuous off the table, he thinks he's keeping a lower profile on it.
First couple of games, the first game, I'd look at if it was a good card, I'd look at it and turn it down straight away. If it was a bad card, I'd turn it up, look at it, think about it, turn it up, look at it, think about it. Now, I turn it up, think about what the cards I've got, think about it, think about it, think about it. Do exactly the same thing, whether it's a good card or a bad card, and then just try and do everything exactly the same, so I don't give anything away.
You watch him when he's playing, he can't bluff at all. He signals, he's always rubbing his head, he's touching his face, he's a bad liar. And so underneath it, he's really very genuine. Brandon and David have been less genuine and were actually spotted signaling each other last night.
There's closure right at the table. Look, you missed it. You missed it right there on the table.
But it makes a difference, really, where our chips are. At the end of the day, they're our chips.
Right.
Whether on your hand or whether in your pot or my pot.
Right.
And we've got to sort that signalling out as well.
Yeah.
I know in the master class, Lou tried to get through to them about the seriousness of colluding.
The prime directive of poker is one player per hand.
I think they've come so far down the road that they might not be able to go back. It's like business and partnership. You know, you want to have an alliance so that you can get stronger and do better negotiations and better business. So, of course, it would behoove you to have a strong American on your side.
I can't vote Dave off tonight, so if I win, I have to vote Anna off. But I'll let those guys duke it out for a little bit. I'm just going to stand back and watch.
Brandon is this suave-looking GQ kind of guy. He adds a spunk and a spice to that table, adds a lot of excitement to it, but I don't really think he understands the politics yet. David's also trapped by his past behavior, and it's starting to catch up with him. He would go to each person and say, oh, I won't vote you off if you won't vote me off, to everybody. He was doing this to everyone.
Dave, I probably have the most in common out of all of the Brits, and probably all of the players altogether, actually. Got quite close to him. He's had an interesting life, and I think he's got the same kind of attitude as me. We've had a lot of fun this week as well together.
Anna has some kind of alliance going on with David, and I think that she's going to have to make a decision sometime or another whether she wants to be friends or whether she wants to win this game.
I haven't got an alliance with David in the event that I win, but he knows that I'll vote Ellis off straight away.
David is sly. He doesn't miss anything. He's always watching. He's very smart, very intelligent. I think he's a threat to just about everybody, and I think they know it.
I mean, me and Dave's going, look, you don't vote me off, I don't vote you off. And I went, yeah, okay. And that was on the first two. But as soon as it's got down to three, both me and Dave said to each other, he went, well, it's three now. There's not much I can say now. I said, no, fair enough.
If Brandon wins, he'll have to vote Anna. If Maria wins, probably an open book. I say it'd probably be between Ellis and I. And after his comments he made yesterday about the best man, women, and dismissing the girls, then I think Maria would go for him. Then if I win, I'd get rid of Ellis. If Anna wins, then Ellis will go.
Maria is a trip. She's not aligning with the rest of the group, and she walks to her own drum. She's very confident in her own way.
I haven't gotten involved in anything, like as far as, oh my God, who are you going to vote off? What are you going to do? You know, that kind of bullshit. So I don't...
No.
I don't feel that I even know what they're doing, really.
Well, Ellis won the game last night and has a big chip advantage, but I think he's going to need all the luck and chips he can get as his wayward remarks really stirred up the girls.
My aim tonight is to stop Ellis winning.
4,000 chips. It's
you know, it's an incredible amount. I mean, really, I should be able to just walk away with it tonight.
Welcome, poker players, to Vegas Virgins. This is Lou Krieger, joined by the exciting and always delighting Sally St. John. Tonight is Brit Eviction Night. There are 5 players remaining. At the task today, we saw the players push themselves much further than I think they would have a few days ago. And that's going to make for an exciting poker game tonight. Ellis has 4,000 chips. David and Anna are on 1,500 each. The U.S. contingent are already on their back feet with only 1,000 chips apiece. So Ellis is in a demonstratively good chip position. He can wield those chips as a club to bludgeon the other players. Sally, your thoughts?
Well, this is timely for Ellis. He decided last night that he was going to win tonight. He said, I'm going to win again tonight. He made up his mind, and we'll see if he can carry it through on a poker table.
Brandon wastes no time in challenging Ellis's chip authority.
700.
But he's left wanting in the card department and is out in the first hand.
Brandon is out. Good night, Irene.
Had to do it. 700 wasn't going to cut it after the lines go up.
Well, Brandon doesn't look too bothered about sitting this one out, Sally. Perhaps he doesn't want to attract any attention.
Something's happened between Brandon and David. Then maybe the honeymoon's over.
For the next few hands, the virgins are dancing around one another, with no one prepared to put their chips on the line. In hand 6, Maria goes for the kill and makes David pay. We rejoin the action in hand 7.
With a measly 4-3, Anna should fold. But it looks like she's going to take a big gamble and bluff here. It's worked on Maria, who had a much better hand. David's also bought it, and he's out. Ellis is the current chip leader, and he'll be happy to call with a Queen 8, so we'll move on to the flop. There goes Anna, all in on a flop of 4, Queen 4. Well, Anna has flop pair of 4s, so she now has 3 of a kind. Ellis has a pair of queens, and he calls her, so Anna is all in, and Ellis calls her all in.
Oh, and she's sweating it, but she did the right thing.
Oh, absolutely. She has by far
Good girl.
She has by far the best hand.
Good girl.
Ellis won't be eliminated if he loses. If Anna loses, she's out. But this was the hand to make a move on. She's got a chance at doubling through right now. So 9 of diamonds on the turn. Ellis is looking for a queen to eliminate Anna. If it's not a queen, Anna sticks around. Deuce of spades, and Anna doubles through Ellis.
And Ellis clapped for her. She's really a good sport.
Anna has doubled through Ellis.
Freaking love.
Freaking.
So Anna is now the chip leader with 3,400. Ellis has slipped down a rung to 2,600, and Maria is in third with 2,200. David's playing very cautiously, and he's trailing with a meager 800 on Brit elimination.
And there's David looking on. What a cobra. Look at that face. I wouldn't want to meet that in an alley.
Building on Anna's success, the girls have started playing more aggressively.
Maria made a bet once again. Ellis laid down the best hand to Maria. Ellis may be a bit gun-shy now, having given away his commanding chip lead.
We rejoin the table on hand 10, and Ellis and Maria have already folded.
Two-way action. It's David and Anna. Anna has a nice hand, Queen Jack of diamonds. David has few chips and fewer options. No options, really. So he'll need to go all in with a poor hand. The flop is way in Anna's favor. She flopped a pair of queens. David doesn't have any of that, and he's got an 8-3. David can't win now with the king on the turn, no matter what happens on the river. David is now eliminated from tonight's tournament.
Right. But let her play her game.
There's an 8 of clubs, and it's
She's a big girl. She
a
was
pair
doing
of
it anyway.
8s for David, a pair of queens
That's it for David.
Anna.
Sorry, dude.
That's fine by me.
Good night, Irene.
Well, throughout the day, David's fallen short of the standards that he set for himself. He's failed to match up to Ellis in the task. He's been hesitant and disappointing in the poker tonight. And now, with Brit elimination looming large on the horizon, he's left his fate in the hands of others.
Well, how much you think David's lack of zealous play has to do with the fact that his buddy got eliminated early on?
It's hard to get inside somebody's mind that deeply. Regardless of his buddy's status, it's David who has to walk by the gallows tonight, not Brandon. Brandon's safe.
With the wind in their sails, Anna and Maria continue to share the spoils of the next 4 hands between them, while Ellis merely makes up the numbers.
Ellis made this remark about the two of them being eye candy, and it annoyed, it more than annoyed her and Maria. They were insulted by this. It could be the impetus that made both these ladies come to the table and play hard tonight.
With the tide having turned firmly in the girls' favor, Ellis must now decide when to make his stand.
We could have a big confrontation here. It's possible that we'll have 3 players committed. Anna's holding a pocket pair of 9s, good hand. Ellis has King 10 while Maria is staring at a suited King Queen. Anna is first to act. We're going to look at a flop. Ellis is all in. Ellis, who was the chip leader going in, is now at risk of going broke.
Uh-oh, that hurt Anna.
Check. Come on. Maria loves the flop. Maria is all in. Ellis is already all in. It's now up to Anna to make a decision. She has a pocket pair of 9s. There are 2 overcards on the flop. Will she call or will she throw her hand away? Anna calls.
Ah, she called.
Turn the cards face up. Maria has the best hand. Anna is... Ellis will probably lose this hand. Anna needs a 9. Ellis needs a 10. Deuce of hearts.
I'm asking it again for a 10. 10. Ah.
Ah. Wow, that's it for Ellis.
Maria wins.
Oh, my goodness.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Ellis, I'm sorry. What was that standing you made last night? I just want to...
I think it was something like... That Maria, she's hot.
I'm sorry. How many things did you eat today? But nothing?
Say la vie.
Well, Lou, Ellis hasn't won as he expected. And like David, he must now sweat on the decision of others. And unfortunately, it's the eye candy that's left at the table. And they might not feel like being sweet to him.
Now it's heads up. It's going to be ladies' night. We're down to Maria and Anna. Okay, it's up to Anna. Anna has a 7-5, not much of a hand. Maria's in the lead with a King 7. Anna does have 2 hearts.
Okay, that's all.
Rock and roll, Anna says. She put all her chips in the center of the table.
She says, I can play this game too.
Maria calls. Maria has a few more chips than Anna, so if Maria wins, it's all over for Anna.
They're playing strong.
They're not afraid to take risks. I'm impressed.
Okay, it's heads up and all in. Let's see both hands turned up. Turn face up, please.
Do you have my cards again?
Anna needs a flop. Maria's in the lead.
Oh, my goodness. She got a flush.
Oh, man, you gotta be kidding me.
Anna has flopped the flush.
Whoa.
However, Maria has the King of Hearts, so if another heart comes, Maria will eliminate Anna. If no heart comes on the turn or the river, Anna will have Maria severely crippled. There's a queen of spades. Anna is in the lead. This comes down to one card. Maria desperately needs a heart. Seven of spades. Anna wins.
God.
You know, we've got a new competitiveness in Anna. She has been a person content to sort of be the girl next door hiding in the middle, but tonight she's playing strong, aggressive poker.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really pleased to see how well they've taken to the game. I'm proud of their really rapid learning skill. They are much, much better than they were a mere week ago.
It is now Anna's game to lose, as Maria has been battered down to a paltry amount of chips.
Maria has a big hand, King Jack of Hearts. She's all in with it. Anna has a pair of sixes. Well, Maria needs to hit a card, a king or a jack, to keep herself in contention. They're both all in. We'll run out the 5 communal cards and see who wins. Ellis pensively observes.
If you could pick one of those 2 hands to have as yours, which would you want?
Right now, in this situation, I'd take the pair. It's a coin flip, but sort of like a 52 to 48 coin flip. It's very close. The flop is 9, 4, deuce. There's a 5. Maria needs a king or a jack, or she is out, and we have a winner in Anna.
This could be it.
This is it. Here's the money card. It's a queen.
Oh, my goodness. Oh.
Anna wins. Anna wins. Her pair of 6 holds up. Anna is now given the executioner's sword, and she gets to decide which of her remaining 2 fellow Brits, David or Ellis, is evicted from Vegas Virgin.
I'm still deciding right now. I don't know. I don't know who to choose. If I wanted to stay here and just have loads more fun, then I'd keep Dave here. If I wanted to play to win, I'd keep Ellis here. I'd like you to leave, Dave.
It's been fun. I've enjoyed it all. I'll go.
I never thought I'd win a game, let alone this one. So I always thought, you know, I could just vote with instinct, and given the chance, and I'm kind of that close to winning, I should probably, you know, grow up a little bit, stop going out all night and having fun, and you know, take this chance seriously, because it is an opportunity.
Shit. That's all I could say.
I didn't even consider she was going to win.
This is becoming a problem now, because my whole strategy has to change now. It's all about winning now.
She's played that sort of very well. She's always given the indication to me that she'd be voting Ellis off. So she's, yeah, she got me well there. I felt more relieved when Ellis had actually left the game, so I knew that was a guaranteed vote off. So I was at a point, I didn't have the drive like Ellis has to win. So that's probably why I didn't push myself so far in the test. As I said, it was sort of more of a personal challenge for me while I was eating the food, rather than a sort of a challenge to sort of get as many chips to give me the best chance at the table to go on and win the final, which has never really been my main sort of drive or aim. thing I probably learnt the most is how it's important to me to be in control of my own day, and then always be careful what people you keep around you and what people you don't.
Next time on Vegas Virgins, there's some rough and tumble in the masterclass. Anna becomes a high roller.
You sort of help one another.